at my age, I look and I had this whole other idea about how my life was going to be. Totally different than it is. Absolutely different. And I had a belief that way that I had planned, it was a good plan. It was lovely. And I believed that that's the way it was supposed to be. Had no idea that my life would turn out this way, or that I would turn out this way. And it's the best thing that ever happened to me. And there have been some bumps along the way, but it's the best thing. But I think that's how our beliefs change. I had the experience once of being totally, what would the word you use? Being in a spiritual group where I was totally ostracized. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. It was so shocking, though. At the moment, I went, what? And then I realized, oh, my relationship with that group has nothing to do with my relationship with what some people call God and I call Great Spirit. And that's really my goal for people, is to it doesn't matter to me if they're Catholic, Baptist, or Buddhist, or whatever, as long as our job in this life is to get to the place where we really accept ourselves, for the way that we are. And we all know there's areas that it would be good if we like polished them up a bit, or something. And so we just work on that and we keep getting better. But the goal isn't to get better. The goal is to feel better in the moment. People say love themselves. But, I think when you say, well, the object is for us to love ourselves, I agree. But that's almost abstract. What about if we start with liking ourselves? I think there's a whole different energy to that. And in fact, it takes more responsibility to like yourself, because of course you're supposed to love yourself. Everybody knows that. I love you and I love me and but I don't know about liking myself. I want you all to say, I like me. Yeah, there's some things I could, whatever, but so what? And there's a whole bunch of things that are really, I'm fine and I'm growing and I'm remembering how I used to be. I'm better now, happier now. I have a better viewpoint. That's a lot to say, I remember how I used to be and I'm doing okay. It's really important. It's really, really important to remember that. So now you got to figure out how to like yourself.